Hey guys, Novel Bushido here, welcome back to the channel, and today we have to talk about Title Update 2. Now, Capcom came with two banger monsters, you know, Lagiacrus, that's the way I say it, I don't care what anyone says, I've been saying that since I was 14, it's sticking to the day I die. And also Seregios. Seregios is another cool monster for Monster Hunter 4U. The overlooked, overshadowed flagship of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is here in Monster Hunter Wilds, and both of these monsters from the get-go, looking at the trailers, looking at what they had to show, it looked good, but fighting these guys is even better. Definitely Seregios. Laggy, we gotta talk about Laggy, so we'll start first with Seregios and then we get into Laggy a bit after. But Seregios' fight was interesting. It has the aspects of old school Seregios, you know, 4U, GU, and then it has that new Sunbreak style where he comes in, hits hard, he has this heavy hard hitting moves, he comes in, slams into you, big damage, hits hard, nice bleed at times, he's in your face, and he's also fast sometimes. Not as fast as he was in the old games, but he has a lot of range. His moves have a lot of range to them. So even though he's not fast, because his moves have a lot of range, it's hard to just dodge out of the way of his moves. Definitely at the angle they come up from the sky, and he comes and sweeps down at you like a hawk. This guy's the hawk, the eagle, I don't know what you want to call him. I guess he is a hawk. Comes in, sweeps, gets you, just like a hawk would, with his talons, big damage. Definitely when you're fighting a tempered version. Now, the base original version wasn't that strong, to be honest. When I fought him, he was kind of piss easy. Maybe it was also because I was using a lance, and shielded weapons seem to just destroy monsters in this game. Like, they don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance, honestly. But when I fought the tempered version, I fought him with, what did I fight him with first? I think it was a short shield. Yeah, it was kind of rough. I haven't, like, failed a quest to Seregios yet, solo. But it was tough. Like, the damage was there, he was in my face. I could see the damage, you know, being put on the table. Seregios, they did well on Seregios. The new song is good. Just the gameplay is good. Like, what he does now, it's an evolution of Sunbreak Seregios, and it's an evolution of 4U Seregios. You know, so I'm good. I'm glad they've done this in this game. They've done it well. Definitely the tempered version. It hits hard. Honestly, it hits hard. And it's tricky. And sometimes he just keeps swinging. He just keeps swinging, and those long range moves, some people have trouble dealing with him. Definitely weapons where you need to rely on your counter, your offset attack, or maybe longsword with a counter. But guys, I beat him with a longsword, tempered star level 4. I don't even use longsword basically in 5th gen, 6th gen. I don't use it. Beat him on my first go. Yeah, I died twice. I did it on stream. You guys can see the footage right now. Maybe I didn't do it as normal longsword users would do it. I didn't counter not even once. I was just dodging through his moves. Evasion level 5. Come on, guys. Old school. Bringing it back to 3U, bringing it back to 4U, you know, replicating my depth style, Bushido style for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate with the longsword. So I cooked him up. It was tough, I won't lie, but it was good. It was good. And also I used switch axe against him as well, with the same particular build, evasion, and I think it's quite nice actually being able to evade through his moves. So I recommend trying that tactic if you're struggling with Seregios. Honestly, just bring it back to old school. You don't have to rely on these new fancy tricks. A good level of evasion and the ability to dodge through his moves. Like, it's that simple, guys. It is that simple. So that's what I did on that one. So Seregios was great. The base version, not tempered, I actually gave it like a 5 out of 10. It was pretty piss easy, but the tempered version, I give that like probably like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Great monster, great fight. I was impressed. And the armor is really cool. It's good. Weapons look good too. So good job on that. Good job on that, Capcom. Now, Lagiacrus, my boy. My first flagship for Monster Hunter Tri back in the day. Now, just a quick story, guys. When I was young, I was trying to get all my friends into Tri. I was like, guys, get this game on your Wii. Like, this game is crazy good. It's different, it's hard, it's interesting. Some people picked it up, and I think they really were interested in Tri, mostly because I was always late to school. I was playing Tri in the morning, killing Jaggies, killing Kuopekos. I was killing the lot. I was just going at it. So, you know, my bad. Guys, don't be late for school. Don't play Monster Hunter in the morning. I was doing bad. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do. It's not. But that's what I did, all right? Anyway, so I got my friends into Monster Hunter Tri, and we played together. Me and my friend Inferno, shout out to him. He still plays Monster Hunter to this day. And other people came along the way. But anyway, Lagiacrus. As you guys know, I was not hoping for him to come in this game. Mainly because underwater combat was not a thing in Monster Hunter Wilds, and I didn't want him to be in the game without underwater combat. But Capcom have brought him in regardless, due to how popular this monster is. He is number 3 on the popularity poll that Capcom did, I think last year or the year before, and he's shining great, honestly. The little ecology part they did for him in the quest, when you go in and you see him, he's just there looking majestic, and it's great. It's honestly great. unfortunately, you see some of the bad parts of Wilds really shine before the quest, you know, before you actually fight him. The on rails section, I picked up the quest, I didn't change my weapon, I forgot about that, I forgot the game does that to you. And I was just on my Sacred, forced into these cutscenes, forced into these on rails portions of the gameplay, not able to change my weapon. So we got to the monster. Luckily, the monster doesn't see you straight away. He's just, you know, chilling out in his own habitat after tanking a Rathalos. But then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to run back to tent. Let me change my weapon. Changed my weapon, came back. A great fight. Lagiacrus. Is it great? You know, I think it's a good fight. I don't think it's the most amazing fight. Now, the reason I'm going to say that, now people are going to be like, Nova, how can you say it's not the most amazing fight? Now, I think they portrayed him pretty well on land with some of his sliding moves, his hip checks, you know, giving him that side. It's good, it's good. Some of his moves, they've added a lot of multi-hits, and he never used to have this. Now, the reason they did add this in this game is definitely because of how many counters we have now and how many iframes we have. If you could just iframe a counter through his moves, it would probably be kind of easy to deal with when it comes to some of his slower AoE moves, his self-defensive moves when he shocks himself up. But is it really engaging? Not too much on that front, on those moves particularly. They're not too engaging, so I need to get used to that. I didn't really like that part too much. He's also slower than he was in Generations. Because of his size, I suppose regardless of how slow he is, he's still going to hit you. Because of how big he is, unless you actually really get out of the way or you foresee his move coming before he does it. His size makes up for his speed, but in Generations he was much faster, to be honest. So that is another thing. But in general, the fight is really good. The shooting of the lightning, the fact that they spread across the ground now, the lightning chain attack from the ground, his big ass AoE move hits everything. He stole that from Ivory Laggy. Shout out to Ivory Laggy. So it's good. Like, they done him well. Honestly, they did do him well. I don't think they did him as well as I would have liked personally, but I think he's a good fight in general in this game. Now, there's another portion of the fight that I'm not a fan of really, the underwater section. Now, I did say I didn't want him in this game without underwater combat. So you may be thinking, wait, but you know, this game has underwater, so what's your problem? Well, it has underwater, but it doesn't have underwater, you know what I'm saying? If you play Try and Free You know what I'm talking about, all right? You know what I'm talking about. Because the swimming mechanics in this game are dog shit. Like, I can't get used to it. I can't get used to it. The swimming mechanics in Try and Free You were much better. Now, obviously, in that game, it was built for that. Even though it wasn't perfect, it was built for that. In this game, using the trigger button and the R button to go up and down is just really weird for me. In the old games, you would still control underwater as you would on land, where the button, I think it's RB for me on my Switch controller. I play on the Switch controller. That would still make you swim, but faster. And then you would just use your analog sticks to determine which angle you're swimming in, just like you're running, you know. But it's weird because it's different. Now it's going up and down, beats to dodge side to side and forward and back. So it's like, I can't get used to it. I actually can't get used to it, honestly. It's a bit of a shame. Maybe I'll get used to it one day. Maybe. So that's unfortunate. Now, I do like the fact that they did bring him in water. I think it's great that they've done this because it highlights the fact that, yes, this guy is an underwater creature. He likes to be underwater. He's not a land-based creature. The Ivory Laggy is the land-based type for this monster. This guy's the water guy. It's great. But I didn't like the combat underwater too much. It's kind of boring for me, personally. Mostly because we're not using weapons. We're just, you know, using slingers and using the clutch claw. And I already don't like the clutch claw. Honestly, I already don't like it. I don't really use slinger stuff anyway much. So the two things that they've added for this underwater section, I'm not too much of a fan anyway. So that's a shame for me. But it's good that they've done this to represent the monster, which is fine. It's great. But the problem for me is we have to do this every single time we fight him. That's the problem. And I know it's going to get boring for me to have to continuously fight him underwater, and every fight I do him, it's gonna be like, ugh, the underwater section, come on. So longevity wise, it's not very engaging. Short term wise, to represent the monster, they've done a great job for what they have. So, you know, that's that. All right, that's what I have to say on that. Now, when it comes to tempered laggy is pretty similar to the base, to be honest. Just, you know, he's harder. He's a bit faster, I think. Not as fast as GU still, but it's good. So I think this Laggy is pretty good. I think I gave Laggy overall, you know, the first time you do it, I gave it like an 8.5. It's great. You know, the first time you do it, it's like, wow, this guy looks good. The music's great. The music was amazing. Oh my gosh, the music mixing in the desert island with the Try theme tune, everything was great. It was amazing. I liked it, and they revamped it. They revamped it into Laggy. This is officially Laggy's theme. It was great. For repetition wise, having to do that underwater section every fight, it brings it down to 7 out of 10 for me personally. Obviously, you guys can have 10 out of 10s. You guys can have 9 out of 10s, whatever you want. For me, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not 9 out of 10. It is a 7 out of 10. Maybe 7.5 out of 10 because the music's so good. But it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. The armor, weapons look great, by the way. They're great. Like, come on. It's the Lagiacrus. Like, what can you say? Now, one more thing I want to say. You know, people talk about Generations Ultimate Laggy and they talk about how that one is trash. Well, I'm kind of wondering if those people actually played 3U, because Generations Ultimate Laggy is basically Ivory Laggy from 3U. For me personally, Generations Ultimate Laggy was never trash. It's just that it's not the monster, right? Laggy was not built for Generations Ultimate. Generations Ultimate Laggy is basically Ivory Laggy, so it's not the same monster. That's basically what it is. It's a clone of another monster. They added in 1 or 2 new moves and changed some stuff with it, but generally it's Ivory Laggy. So I don't know if people knew that. Maybe they haven't played 3U. I don't know. It was a pretty niche game in the Monster Hunter community, but that's the truth of it, guys. So the people who trashing on Generations Ultimate Laggy or Gen Laggy in general, you're basically trashing an Ivory Laggy because they're the same thing. Honestly, the same thing. Anyway, moving on from that, the update was good. It shows to me that there could be much more going on in the future. There could be more for us to see when it comes to Monster Hunter Wilds. When it comes to the title updates, they've already talked about 3 happening, 4 happening. It's going to be later on in the year, but they have all these other stuff. Changes to the upgrade system, to the end game system. They're going to add some more to that, which is cool. But there was one thing they didn't talk about really at all when it came to the title update video. Was about performance and any changes there. No mention, no talk about that at all. But then when you do go to the patch notes, you do see them talk about performance fixes. Now it seems like they do want to just sweep this under the rug and not talk about it publicly. They just want to leave it on Twitter in their new channel or their other channel where they talk about and discuss problems people are having and suggested changes people want. It seems to be there, kind of hidden away from the actual public eye to see, but people know generally that the PC version runs like dog shit. Even on the stream, the first fight, even before the first fight, I was lagging like crazy. I tried to go to change my build. I set the stream like 6 minutes into the stream. The game was laggy. I had to restart the game. Yeah, I'm on 1 FPS per second now. I'm gonna have to restart the game. I had to lower my graphic settings. Unfortunately, even though I'm on the graphic settings recommended for my rig, because my rig is beastly, I should be playing on beast graphics. I shouldn't have to go down to suit the game. So there's still issues. People have still reportedly had issues, crashes and so on, but they have fixed some stuff which should help some people, but it's not going to help everyone. Unfortunately, they still have ways to go with the PC version. But yeah, it's a shame that they just hide this online. They don't want to talk about this and highlight this as a change, as a fix. They're doing probably because they're not happy by it and they're not proud of it. So even though the future's good, even though these fights are good, they're still not doing us justice on the performance wise when it comes to PC players. And there's so many people I know, they always talk about, oh, I'm not having problems, I'm on console, it's fine. You know, forget, like, if you're not having problems, like, there's no point talking, there's no point commenting because you're not having problems. It's fine, it's cool. But there's people who do have problems and they want to talk about it, so let them talk about it. Like, it's not that difficult, guys. It's honestly not that difficult. But hopefully they do get eventually. Now, I don't know if they're going to get soon enough for some people. Some people have already dipped out because they can't be bothered. It's up to them. Now, that being said, like I said, this title update is good overall. I'm enjoying it. Am I going to keep on playing it for a long period of time? You know, I'm trying to get my Seregios armor and my Laggy armor and weapons, and then I'm probably gonna, you know, chill after that. See what comes up next. Maybe I'll make some builds when I get some time. Some cool, fun builds, you know. But one thing that I do like that they did is they made rare parts rare again. You know, the Lagiacrus, I think a sapphire and the Seregios plate. It's not called a plate. It's called something else, but you know what I'm talking about. They're rare. They're like 1%, 2% chance of getting it. This is like the old school gen drop rates, which is great. You have to work for it. But I guess it's a bit weird because you need like a sapphire for every piece of the armor. This is a bit overkill because in the old games it was pretty much maybe like one part of the armor and then the final upgrade of the weapons. Now it's very different. It's very strange, honestly. It's very strange the way they've gone around this in this game. But I do understand why they're doing it. Now it seems like when they hear complaints about stuff in Wilds, they try to you know, fix the problem. They try to go around it, but honestly in most situations it's just kind of a band-aid. In this situation it is kind of a band-aid because obviously you still have those quest investigations where you can get guaranteed drops. Now obviously those are rare, but it's still possible. And in this game it's a bit weird because it's not like old gen. Old gen you had subquests were more likely to get you drops, and also destroying certain parts of the monster will be more likely to get you drops. But from what I've seen, the Laggy Sapphire, there's not really more ways to get the sapphire, you know, from carving the tail like in the old games, maybe breaking a certain part of him like the chest or the back. You know, it's just like a 1% or 2%. you know. So it would be nice if they do in the future include more ways. Well, unfortunately, because of the game and the way the game works when it comes to subquests and when it comes to investigations, it's not fully gonna work in this game. And they definitely did add sapphires on every piece of the armor to blow up people's playtime, to make them play longer. That's basically it. So they don't really have the answer yet. I don't think they have a proper answer in this game yet. Maybe we'll see this later on in the end of the year when they do come up with this title update 3 and the new endgame systems. Maybe we'll see it then. For now, it seems like a band-aid fix on the situation, but it's a step in a direction which is better than, you know, what we had before. It needs to be a mix. You need to make us work for it, not just RNG. Give us ways to increase the RNG by working for it, by doing harder quests, a more percentage of chance on harder quests, or doing subquests. But obviously subquests aren't built that way in this game. They're pretty generic and you get random rewards. They're not built like they were in the old generation, which I really did love subquests in the old gen. Let me know down below if you like subquests in the old gen too, because I thought they're very engaging, very interesting. Definitely try, because in Try there was 2 subquests. There was subquest A and subquest B, and it was pretty cool doing both of them in the quest, getting some interesting rewards. I always liked it, you know, so I wish they'd bring that back, but subquests are pretty damn generic these days. They're not bespoke to certain quests, which is unfortunate, but I guess with investigations they can't be bespoke because they don't create the quests anymore. The quests are randomized basically with random rewards, so it is what it is. Anyway guys, I think that's a lot of talking on this. The future of Wilds is looking good. They need to make sure they keep up with this level of quality and stop the unreal section, man. I hate the unreal section. It's boring for me. Like, it does nothing for me, honestly. It does nothing. I guess lastly, do I think underwater is coming back in this expansion? Is it coming back for the expansion? The answer is no, it's not. I don't think it is at all, because currently, like, to invest the quality that they want to into underwater to make it actually work for every weapon, like, it's just going to be so much work, and I don't think it's worth an expansion for that. Also, they need monsters to fit underwater. The amount of monsters they need to build for underwater specifically. Laggy and Ufduna are the only 2 really. Mizu doesn't really fight underwater. It's not really an underwater monster. It likes to be near water, but it doesn't actually go in water for that long. So you need more monsters. You need a lot of new monsters to actually be underwater able. That's a lot of work, even more work. There's just too much there. There's too much there. I don't think it's going to happen for the expansion, but I think it could happen for Portable 6. So yeah, I guess we'll see then. Anyway guys, that's it for me. We talked a lot about this. Let me know down below what you thought of this. Was that too harsh and laggy? Was I glazing Seregios too much, or was I just glazing the overall title update a bit too much? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think I was pretty fair. I think it was good overall. Some improvements could have been made, but it is what it is. Anyway guys, I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.